Okay, hi everyone. Hi. Okay, I'm just gonna let everyone else join. We'll just give everyone a minute or two to join our webinar and then we'll start. Hi. Welcome to our webinar. Hi. If you guys have any questions or anything you want to ask, please do it in the Q&A box. Don't ask in the chat box because I think it's not working for some of you, right? I think most of the time you guys tell me it's not working, but okay, cool. I just want to check if everyone can hear me clearly and can see my screen clearly. If you can, just let me know in the chat box so that I know I'm not just talking to myself. Okay, cool. Okay, so today's webinar will be live analysis session. This webinar is brought to you by IronFX. We're doing IronFX's webinar series. So before we start, as usual, just want to remind you guys that disclaimer, this webinar is purely for educational purposes. You should not construe anything shared in this webinar as trading advice. This is not a signals group, this is not a forecasting group. The whole point of IronFX bringing this webinar to you guys is for education only, and the whole point mainly is to help you guys grow your account and help you get better at trading. Okay, so if you do have questions regarding trading, especially if it's technical analysis, trading psychology, do not be shy. Please ask me in the chat box and I will do my best to answer all of you. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, so for those who don't already know me, let me do a quick introduction of myself. My name is Cassandra. You guys can call me Cass for short. I am a trade analyst and an external analyst here at Everest Fortune Group based in Singapore. I am also a prop trader. So a little bit about Everest Fortune Group. We're an award-winning research firm. We are also the finalists for the best Forex research for 2019, 2020, 2021, and I'm pretty sure 2022, but these slides are not updated. Finalists for the best equity research as well for 2020, 2021, and 2022. Okay, so in regards to myself, in terms of trading, so I have been trading for a while now. I think my experience in trading is important, so you guys trust me a little. In terms of trading, I have successfully passed a few prop trading tests, actually about 6 times now. So for those who don't know what these prop trading tests are, it's basically tests that requires a trader to pass within 30 days. That means you know how in 30 days you have 22 trading days and 8 weekends. Okay, so in 22 trading days, a trader is expected to make 8% or 10% for some of these tests to pass. Okay, so I passed this test 6 times, and I hope that whatever I showed you guys today can help you guys as well. So I was just doing a quick research online of like how frequently people pass this test. Apparently, it's only 1.4% of traders who pass this test. Okay, or 1.4% of traders who make it towards the payout round. And I am that 1.4% of traders. Okay, so again, if you do have any questions regarding technical analysis or anything at all, do not be shy, just ask in the chat box. Okay, cool. So our agenda for today is live analysis session. We're going to be combining technical analysis. I always say combining technical analysis because technical analysis is so broad. It's so broad. So we're going to be combining different things such as support resistance, trend lines, channels, Fibonacci levels, indicators to find the best possible setup. Okay, so I hope you guys, if you guys have any input at all, don't be shy, just put it into the comments or the Q&A box. Okay, all right. Thank you. That's our introduction. We're going to move straight to trading view now so that we can kind of do an analysis for today's session. Just adjusting. Okay. Cool. Let me end the slideshow. Let me share my screen. Give me a sec, guys. I'm trying to share screen. Looks like it's a little bit. Okay, was kicked out of the screen. That's okay. Okay, I just want to double check if everyone can see my screen clearly. Everyone can hear me. It should be EUR GBP. Of course, we're not gonna be doing EUR GBP. It's just we can if you guys want to. We can if you guys want to, but usually when it comes to the live analysis session, I will do 3 analysis for you guys. So the first one will always be 1 commodity, 1 Forex pair, and 1 cryptocurrency. Okay, so for commodity, you guys can choose like oil, gold, or whatever commodity it is that you guys usually trade. But the one that I would usually do analysis on, and I like doing it on this pair, is because this is the pair that I trade on a daily basis, would be gold. Okay, so we can do the analysis for gold, for commodities. For cryptocurrency, we don't do like the little pairs. We do mostly the majors. That means Bitcoin or Ethereum. Okay, we can do either one, but I prefer doing Ethereum. So unless you guys have any requests, I will be doing gold, Ethereum, and then we're going to do one pair of Forex. Okay, so Forex can be anything. It can even be EU or GBP if you guys want to request it. But if nobody requests, I usually do one US pair. So it can be AUD, USD, USD, JPY, USD, CAD. Okay, that's usually one USD pair. And if we have time, then we do another Forex pair that is a non-USD pair. Yes, we can do index as well if you guys want. So it's this webinar is made for you guys. So you guys request whatever it is you want to request. Okay. All right, cool. Cool. Let's start with XAU USD. There are many brokers, but the one that I usually use is forex.com. You can use whichever broker you want to. Usually you use the broker that is closest to the charts that you are looking at to trade, okay? The spreads and everything, closest to your spreads and everything, so that your analysis is aligned with your entry, stop loss, and take profit. Okay, so I'm gonna choose forex.com because this is a pair I'm used to. This is the broker that I'm used to. Okay, so let's analyze gold together. Let's start on maybe, I do see like we do have quite a bit of time because we spend very little time on the introduction. So we can do a top-down analysis maybe from the monthly to see what gold is looking like. Okay, monthly, obviously it's on an uptrend. Weekly kind of looks like it did a double top, broke that neckline, and then came back again. Can you see that? It came back again. So, you know, not saying much, to be honest. It is reaching a resistant area on the weekly. Let's just highlight that. I usually like to make this a little thicker. Okay, so that's our first resistance. Let's look at the daily. Resistance looking good on the daily. Okay, so why did I highlight the support resistance? It's because price is very attracted to support resistance. Okay, so most of the time you can think of the support resistance as a magnet. Okay, so you can pretend there's a magnet here. Sorry, this is not the best magnet. Okay, and price is attracted to it and therefore wants to go to that area. Okay. Okay, I'm going to highlight a few more things like a support. So the thing about price is that it doesn't move in one straight line. So it doesn't just go one straight line. Price usually moves in a zigzag. Okay, it moves in a zigzag. So right now, we're kind of biased that price is going up, right? We think price is going up. right now we're waiting for that zigzag, that pullback. And at that pullback area, we're going to enter for a buy. Okay, so now that we have our bias of where we think price is going, right? We think price is going up. The question is, where do we get in for the buy, right? So let me just highlight a few levels where I think the possible buy entry would be. And now we're going to go down to the even small time frame. Okay, that's too far away from us now. Need to find something a little bit closer. No, ideally what I want to see is price kind of, sorry. Oh, this is taking a while. Okay, I'm gonna redraw. Ideally, what I wanted to see was price kind of like doing this breakout and then pulling back, and here you enter for a buy. Right, that was ideally what I wanted to see, but price didn't really pull back to that area. Okay, that's totally fine. Now I'm gonna highlight some trend lines. Green dot, that means it's ascending. Okay. Okay, so ideally what I want to see is either price coming to this area, pulling back, or going to this area. Okay, so what I ideally want to see is this, a pullback, a retest, and then price continuing up. Okay, this is ideally what I want to see. There will be the best confirmation for me. I want to see price kind of pulling back to this area where the descending trend line is. I don't think it's gonna be today. I think if it's gonna pull back, it's gonna like take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 8 candles or 10 candles. Even if it pulls back now, even right, 10 candles, and yeah, at least somewhere on 10 candles. So it's gonna take like about two days or 3 days to get here. And here I expect some kind of reaction. Okay. I know if I pull out the Ichimoku is gonna agree with me. Yep. Ichimoku is agreeing perfectly. Yeah, Ichimoku is agreeing perfectly. Everything seems to be in line. I think this would be a really good setup. Stop loss. I'm play it really conservatively, just about 5 points, 5 to 10 points away, right? And yeah, this is my setup for this is my setup for XAO USD. Okay. Okay, cool. Let's I mean, honestly, if you wanted to get in for a sell now, you can too. But that's, I think it's a little risky. RSI statistics. Okay. Definitely can consider getting in. Kind of saying that it's just gonna keep moving sideways. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere right now. Okay, so where is gold going? I think it's not very clear, but for sure, if it gets to 1860, I would want to get in for a buy. If it doesn't get there, I am not getting in for any. Okay, for those who just joined, welcome to our webinar today. We're just doing analysis on Go right now. For those who just joined and not sure what's happening, okay, if you have any questions or anything, just type it in the Q&A box. Do not type it in the chat box because some of you were saying earlier on that the chat box is not working. Okay, the chat box is disabled. But for those who have a question or there's something you want to ask, the Q&A box for sure. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a little recap for those who just joined. We only did analysis for XAUUSD. Basically, my analysis is that price is going up. Okay, but the question is, where do you get in for the buy? This is where I think price is going to react off. Okay, so that's where I think price is going to react off. If price pulls back to this area, you can consider getting in for a buy. It's gonna pull back. You want to wait for a retest here. At the retest, you can enter for a buy. Okay, that's basically the analysis for XAUUSD. Okay, we're gonna go to Ethereum now. Okay. To see what's going on with Ethereum. As usual, whenever we do live analysis session, we will do a top-down approach. That means we start with the bigger time frame and then we move down. Okay, so let's, just looking at the weekly, it looks like a head and shoulder, right? It looks like a head and shoulder. It looks like it broke now. It's doing that downwards thingy. Okay. So when I'm looking at Ethereum, sorry, it's very confusing to me because the head and shoulders still broke. It just makes me want to think that price is on a downtrend. But looking at this, it looks like that downtrend has been broken. So looking at this, it kind of looks like the downtrend has been broken, right? Okay, it looks like price was moving on a downtrend. Okay, it was moving a downtrend, and recently it just broke that downtrend. Okay, so I would say Ethereum it's not very clear cut thing, but there is a possibility of trend reversal, very slight possibility of trend reversal. I don't know. So I tell you guys this every week when we meet. I actually tell you guys this every week when you meet. Your only job as a trader is to collect information and then make a decision based on the information that you've collected. So we know that price is on a downtrend. We're looking at this and it looks like there's a possibility of the end of the downtrend. Okay, if anything, I do see an even smaller triangle going on. Right, I do see a triangle going on. So the further confirmation that we want to look for when it comes to this is that we kind of want to wait. Right now, it looks like there's a possibility that an uptrend has started. It just looks like that, okay? But the best confirmation would be to wait for price to kind of like reach the end and then do a breakout. If it breaks up the triangle, that is our confirmation. That is like a very good confirmation. Yeah, that will be a very, very good confirmation. of price breaking towards the upside. So right now for Ethereum, I wouldn't want to call for anything. Instead, I want to wait for the breakout. Okay, you want to wait for this breakout. If it successfully breaks out, even better if it successfully breaks this top part here, this swing high here, that is your double confirmation. If it breaks here, that's your second confirmation that price is going up. If it breaks here, that's your third confirmation that price is going up. Okay, so for Ethereum, not calling anything, but I would say that price is deciding where it wants to go. Okay, so for Ethereum, we're not going to try to get an analysis because price has not even decided yet, right? So we as trader, we let price decide what it wants to do, and then we decide if we're getting in a buy or sell. Okay, so based on the information that we have right now, we do not want to get into Ethereum because Ethereum itself is still deciding. Okay, I'm just gonna shorten this. Okay, we've done one commodity. We're no trade really or no setup really for Ethereum. Let's go for one the Forex pair, and then if we still have time, then we can go into another Forex pair. Okay, so we have about half an hour left. If you guys have any request for any particular pair you want me to look at, do type it into the chat box. If not, for Forex, I will choose one USD pair and one non-USD pair. Okay, so for the USD pair, I'm just going to type USD and see what comes up. Okay, we can do USD JPY, USD CAD, USD CHF. Maybe let's do USD CAD or USD JPY because USD CHF, sometimes the spreads can differ really hugely depending on the timing. Okay, USD JPY looks like it's moving in a downtrend. Okay, I'm gonna highlight the Okay, guys, what are we waiting for? We are waiting for we're basically waiting for a breakout, a pullback, and then we go in for a sell. Okay. A breakout, a pullback, and we're going for a sell. This is in the daily time frame. I mean, ideally in the daily time frame it looks really good, but like on the 4 hours, it could be better refined. Okay, so let me just okay, so we have two setups right now. The first one is yeah, this would be the best. Okay, so we're waiting for breakout, a pullback, and then you'll take profit. Okay, so this is gonna take a while. It's not gonna be a 2-day kind of thing. Jimoku not saying much. We're gonna have to wait to see if it even breaks down. Okay, but ultimately I do think this is where I think price is gonna go. Cannot break out, pull back, and then that's where I think it's gonna go. Okay, so that's just my very vague analysis for USD JPY. Let me see what the okay, cool. It is definitely in a downtrend. I'm trying to change the color here. It's not really changing. Okay. Get it. Okay, here you go. Okay, so I am a bit more biased of like this cell. So whenever usually I'm a little confused, I need to reason my thought. I'll just write down reason for cell. So I write number 1 because downtrend, lower low, lower high. Okay, number 2. Moving in descending. Okay, number 3. Number 4. Okay, so here I'll just write myself a little note. Yeah, what happened to my okay, I'll just write myself a little note of why I'm going in for a certain buyer for a certain sell. Okay. Okay, let's look at a non-USD pair. Maybe we can try EUR GBP or GBP EUR. Okay, this chart is not looking good. We're not gonna force it. Let's try AUD CAD. Hmm. Okay, you should be able to enter for a sell for AUD CAD soon. Let me just kind of test out how strong this resistance is. Okay, nope. Not the best, but I guess we can use it as reference. No. Okay, this is what I have for ABD cat. How confident do I think the setup is? I think the entry shouldn't be a problem. Stop loss should be fine. The question is whether it will reach your take profit before it turns back and hit the stop loss or goes back to your entry, right? So the thing is, what I can do is try to find like closer take profit. I don't really see it very obvious. Maybe this one. Okay, so for those who don't want to really hold towards the end, which is here, I do recommend that you take profit here instead. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's go ahead and look at gold again one more time. Okay, so the thing about gold is that I do think it's an uptrend. I do think eventually we'll reach 1911. But the question is it going to break out here? Okay, is it going to do a breakout here? And then you can enter for a buy, or is it going to pull back here? Oops. No background. Okay. Okay, if it's going to pull back here, you enter here for the buy. If not, you wait for the breakout, the pullback, and then you enter for the buy. But I am definitely a bit more confident that no background. Okay, I'm definitely confident that it is going up. The question is, where is it going up from? Okay, that's the magic question. So when it comes to trading, there's always a few questions you want to ask yourself. Okay, so once you find out that, okay, I think we should go through like some of the things that I've written down here, so that you guys can have like a rough idea where you're going at when you are trading. Okay, so the first question you want to ask yourself is always like, is it an uptrend, downtrend? So you first want to identify whether it's an uptrend, downtrend. Why? Oh, okay, rather. The other question you can ask yourself is, what is the current trend and momentum? And so the question is, like, is it an uptrend or a downtrend? What is the current trend or momentum? So based on like the 4 hours on like this smallest area here, or the latest part of where price is, we can agree that's an uptrend. Why? Because of the higher highs and the higher lows. Okay, so we can establish that's an uptrend. So why it's important to answer question number one is because question number one will lead you to whether it is a buy or a sell. Okay, so then you need to ask yourself, okay, now that it's an uptrend, what is the momentum like? Is this uptrend very strong? Is it going to hold? Is it going to reverse soon? Has this uptrend been going on a long time? Is it time for a reversal? That's where you can pull out other things like your conversion baseline. You can pull up moving average. Although there is a system, I don't usually pull them out so soon. Okay, so you can kind of use the moving average. Let's say you're using 50 for example. Okay, so the 50 will tell you like the strength of the current momentum. Okay, so moving average kind of agrees, Ichimoku kind of agrees. That's an uptrend. So therefore you want to get it from buy. Why? Because you want to follow the wave. Okay, you want to follow trend and you want to follow the wave. So if it's an uptrend, you want to get in for a buy. If it's a downtrend, you want to get in for a sell. So the thing about price, it doesn't move in one straight line like that. No, it doesn't. It usually moves in a zigzag. Whether it's moving up or down, it's moving in a zigzag most of the time. Okay, so if it is moving in a zigzag, you want to get in at the parts where it pulls back to that lower part of the zigzag. Okay, so right now we have identified our zigzag. Now the thing is, this part is going to pull back, right? Where is it going to pull back to? Ideally, we think it's going to pull back to here. Then we get in for a buy. Okay. So where is your entry, stop loss, and take profit? Ideally, we want to get in at the bottom of the zigzag at the pullback. That's going to be an entry. Your stop loss will be below the trend, so that it's going to be difficult for price to hit your stop loss, and your take profit will be at the top of that zigzag. Okay, top of zigzag. What's your risk to reward? Now let's measure risk to reward. If we're taking this super far apart here, which is where I think the potential of the zigzag will be, or like, yeah, the movement will be, we're looking at 1 to kind of like 1 to 5, 1 to 5, 1 to 5.5. Okay, if we're taking the closer take profit, it's 1 to close to 1 to 3. Okay, yeah, so it's close to 1 to 3. That means if you have a $100,000 account, you are risking 1%. You're risking $1,000 of your $100,000 account to make 3%, which is $3,000, or rather 6%, which is $6,000. Okay, so the risk to reward needs to make sense. Your risk to reward should ideally be 1 to 2 to 1 to 5 and above. Okay, 1 to 2 minimally. I think 1 to 2.5 minimally. Okay, you want very good risk to reward. Okay, we'll just write 2 so it's easier to see. Okay, 1 to 2 to 1 to 5 minimally. Okay, lastly, how probable is your setup? You can find a setup. Anyone can find a setup. You can find entry, stop loss, take profit. It takes 1 minute to do it, right? But what are the chances of it hitting your take profit, and what are the chances of it hitting your stop loss? If the chances of it hitting your take profit is high, you get in. So looking at this, it's an uptrend. I'm definitely confident it's an uptrend. The question is, will it or will it not reverse from here? There's 3 Fibonacci levels here. I pull out the Ichimoku cloud is lining up there. There's a trend line there. I think there's a good chance price is going to reverse here. And I think this is a good chance. Okay, so only get into trade here like 65% probability of winning. Or maybe even 70. Okay, you need to be 70% possible, confident, and then you get in. Okay, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for attending our webinar today. I will see you guys again soon. Take care, everyone. Take care. I will see you guys again soon. Okay, I hope happy trading. I hope you guys win and grow your account. Bye.